Maar in het zijn meestal dansspelen.
And we're back. Hey, KTS Legends Murugandi, welcome. So this was the 5th round of the Amsterdam Go Tournament.
Yes.
How did you do?
Personally, I didn't do very well. I lost my game against a strong player from the Czech Republic.
Who was it?
Lukáš Podsveda. I don't know if I'm pronouncing his name correctly, but yeah, a very young, talented guy. I didn't really stand a chance, so it was a pity.
So we won't discuss this game.
No, let's not. No.
So what did you prepare?
We got a really nice suggestion of a game between Hans Verhoeven and what's your name exactly? Katarzyna Katarina Bobinska. Well,
it's hard to pronounce.
Okay. And both are 2Q, and the game is quite interesting. So
okay, let's start.
Yeah, let's have a look.
Black started?
No, White started this time.
Chess. We played chess today.
Who was Black?
Black was Hans.
The Black Stones.
Yeah. Mr. Hans Verhoeven himself.
Black, yes. So, this is normal.
Yep.
Now Black played here, which is, it's kind of unusual. Normally you see, Black play here, or even a move like this or this, but this is kind of unusual.
Fighting spirit.
I don't know, maybe.
Well, one of the reasons I played it deliberately was to be pretty sure that I didn't have a fixed pattern from her side.
Okay.
I heard about Katarina.
Preparation.
In China, so I thought this is a well-motivated young lady who knows probably a lot of prop games.
Okay. Well.
So that was the main reason that I offered as a.
Okay.
Okay.
What did White do?
White approached immediately here.
Okay.
That shows fighting spirit. It's quite interesting. It's not wrong. You can just experiment with these kind of things. Professionals do that a lot as well. So.
Knowing Hans Verhoeven, he played somewhere else.
Yes, he played Tanuki. It's quite fine as well.
Yeah, but that's quite.
Hans, it's our show.
Okay. Yeah. Excuse me. Yeah.
So now he ignored White. So White thought that I'm going to attack you here then. Okay. Also perfectly fine. And Black ignored again to the corner. This is all just playable.
Yeah.
Do you remember what happened next?
White made a move. Very sharp.
Yeah, she didn't pass that. That's for sure.
Here.
Okay.
Which is nice because it's like from here.
I mean, it's cooperating.
Yes.
Not really yet because this stone is not captured. But yeah, you could think so. If White could get another move here, it would be kind of nice because it works together.
Okay.
Yeah, but it's not the case yet. So.
Okay. But anyway, Black responded. Yes.
High move here.
And White went under.
Yes.
And now Black.
Yeah. Play Tanuki again.
But it's possible. These stones are strong. You don't have to.
Well, they're not really strong, but they're not weak either. So it's perfectly fine to play somewhere else.
Okay.
Because if White will attack this, then Black can attack on his own, and it's a 50-50 result. It's a fighting game.
Okay. And this not pincerning yourself, maybe from far distance.
Well, not really. I mean, Black could also just play from this side, of course.
Then it would be low.
A little bit, yes. So if White would just react here, and Black would do a move like this, then maybe it would be nicer for Black to have stones over here. Because this is the right direction. This works towards this side, and this works towards
this side.
The other side. So,
so this was maybe okay.
Yeah, that's just okay. I think this would also be okay, but. Okay. White. Yes. And now, White checked out what Black's reaction would be. This is also just Josuke. This is quite fine. And now I believe black played underneath, right? Hans?
Yeah, I was inspired by your show a few days ago.
Okay.
Yeah, against Mark.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fine. That's good. Now there was something unusual. I'm not sure if this is a jockey, but I believe you played here, right? Immediately.
Yeah.
But Lucas told me it's wrong.
Yeah, I think so as well. First, you have to cut.
Yeah.
That's
Really sure.
okay.
Afterwards.
Okay.
Okay, so but show us also.
Okay, yeah.
Murugandi.
So if it would go like this, then well, there are a lot of options, but the most standard one is if black would just react here and take the stone,
Yeah.
white can Atari, and then extend. So and now black is not completely secure yet, so he has to play in the corner. If white would get this move, it would be really, really big. So black plays here, and now white just exchanged some strength in the center for corner territory.
Okay, but these stones they don't have influence to the rest of the board. They only take
The black
some
stones.
points.
Yes. Yes. So yeah, here you can see a difference in strategy. Black takes a lot of solidified territory, and white just takes strength. And that's very interesting because a lot of cube players are afraid to take strength and yeah, not see immediate results. But yeah, a lot of dumb players show that this is actually really interesting because it will result in something in the end. So
Okay.
that's
But she played immediately.
yes, he played
here.
up immediately. Yeah, it was like this. And
That is also interesting, of course.
yes, it's interesting, sure.
Because now black didn't know what to play, Hans.
Yes.
Now she
I
had
made the
you.
wrong choice. Yes, I'm good here. Yeah,
What exactly did you play? This
I
one?
played two vulgar moves. Yeah.
This one, right?
Yes,
Oh.
I did. Yeah.
Yeah, I think this is not correct.
Yes.
If white will extend now, well, it's problematic because maybe it would be nicer to just play here immediately.
Yeah. I looked upon this with Mark, and he agreed that this was the
Okay.
good move. Yeah.
Yeah. If white yeah, reacts now, then this is quite nice. So this exchange is okay.
Almost a good.
But what black did in the game was well, quite vulgar because he played here, and now he's actually trying to go through. But yeah, this doesn't work.
So white, it made white very easy. White
Yes,
didn't have to think.
He gave white a lot of strength for free because now he had to come back. This doesn't work, obviously. So, well, you can see that this push locally doesn't give you anything. It only strengthens white, and you only have like 4 points of territory against a lot of strength for white. So this is a very good result for white.
And black is not alive yet.
Yes, black is not alive yet, and we played the variant. So this is the game. What's also painful about this is that black loses cente. So white has cente now,
Yeah.
and well, white can spend a nice move, for example, on this side. Actually, you played a really monte move over here, I think. That can't be really wrong, but it's quite slow. So maybe you would want to play something like this. That looks kind of nice because this all works together. You have a lot of strength here. So now when you put another stone here, it's yeah, it's a nice framework. Whereas if you play here, maybe black will get the chance to destroy that plan. But nevertheless, this is quite okay because it also functions together with this. Well, what would you play now?
As black,
Yeah.
I would make a big move.
Yeah, that's.
I remember from our very first show,
Mhm.
you said that this was big, and I asked you, big? How can this be big?
Yeah.
But you
remember.
convinced me.
Okay. Yes. Yes, this is actually quite good now, I think.
So very good move by Hans.
By Hans, yes.
The right timing also, huh?
Yeah, I think so. Because if black would play somewhere else now, for example over here, and white would spend another move in this area, I don't know, here or here, then this all looks very white. So it will be very difficult for black to invade or to reduce the territory, to just reduce this framework. Yeah, so instead black plays here and get this sequence. But
The strong shape also
yeah, this
correct.
is very strong shape. Yeah. Like in the game of Peter Brouwer, we also saw this move a couple of times. Now white has a really nice move. which was played in the game as well. It's very calm, but also very nice.
Impressive. Yeah.
Here?
Well, locally this is not necessary yet. Because if this is a Mii situation, it's actually kind of a nice lesson for Q players. If you have a situation in which you can play both sides, so for example, if black will play here, you can still make a base on this side, and if black will play here to take away your base, you can live in the corner.
Yeah.
Then it's not important to play there. So you can always wait with these things, and if your opponent takes 1 point, you take the other one.
Okay.
So if you have a Mii situation, hesitate with playing there, because most of the time it's not the right moment. It's not the right timing.
Okay. So another calm move.
Yeah.
Here. Why are you laughing, Murugandi?
That's quite interesting. You say here?
Yes.
Okay.
So it works with this and it works with this.
Yeah.
Very calm.
It's very calm, but there is a better one. It's quite, well, I'll just show you. She played here in the game, which is quite nice. Yeah. Because, well, it creates a huge moyo, and at the same time it aims at attacking these stones.
Oh, like here.
Yes. This is a very nice follow-up. And, yeah, it looks quite painful because now this is very huge, and this also functions to the other side.
So black played there.
Here?
No, somewhere.
Well,
I don't know.
yeah, locally this or this is correct. But yeah, maybe you would expect black to actually answer, but he didn't. He played somewhere else now.
The Tanuki King. But it cannot die yet.
No,
Is it nog even in de zaal?
it can't die, but if white will get another move in this area, it's quite painful.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Where did
Black
play.
played here, I think.
Okay.
Yeah.
So he tries to, like, incent to get, maybe try to get another move. In
Yes. Yes.
Big
Yeah,
territory.
I was afraid that I would be helping white if I did, for instance, the shoulder hit move, which is
Here.
yeah.
Okay.
I thought it's just provoking the Toby or
Okay.
Nobi.
Well, locally this is nice because you're strengthening yourself first. So if you're really strong here, maybe later you can invade. So this is also, well, these 4 stones are quite strong, but they're very far away from the other white stones.
Yeah.
So this area is really big, it's large, and if black will be strong here, he will probably be able to reduce it and attack at the same time.
Yes. First be strong.
Yes.
And then attack.
Exactly. This move is a little bit dubious because, well, there are a couple of options for this. If white will go into the corner, then like you played in the game, this is a follow-up. But this aims at creating influence towards the center, whereas white already has a lot of influence in the center. So it kind of, yeah, you're kind of too late with this strategy at this point. So it goes like this.
Yeah.
Well, I was aiming at the moyo at the right side.
At the moyo here.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, one very important aspect of a moyo is also that you have more high stones to cooperate with. So
Yeah.
if you want to make a moyo here, then it will be more realistic if you already had stones in this area.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. So for example, you would need something like this to really be able to say that this is becoming a moyo.
Yeah.
So at this point, yeah, these stones are all on its own, and yeah, it's very vague what you will be able to do with them. So
What should I add then? Or the move you suggested to strengthen the left.
well, one other option is to just play somewhere else, just like this. So, well, you could play either a move on this side or here.
This is just
Yeah, this is probably just this is natural.
Yeah, I like that one. Yeah.
Yeah, so this didn't happen, this happened.
white's next, of course.
Yes.
And now
Wait one moment before you go, because this was actually...
And if you mistake, I should have it.
yes, very good. Hane is better.
Hane.
Yes. Well, she played here in the game.
Of course.
But Hane is actually nice now because she has a lot of influence and yeah, that's okay.
No, I also have London.
Ah, yes, the ladder. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, that's why this is possible because now the ladder is good for white. So, do you see that? So if black will play here now, then the ladder is good for white because he has stones here.
Black has a ladder breaker.
Yes, over here you mean, but I think it doesn't work with this one. Later you play the ladder breaker, but
Yeah,
now
it was a different.
it was a different ladder breaker. Yes.
Yeah, yeah.
Now, even if you exchange this, I think it doesn't help you.
I can read it from here. Yeah.
Well, let's have a little look. Yeah. Maybe you can. Well.
No,
Okay.
you can
Would it
bounce
always
back.
bounce?
Yeah, you can do it like.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Maybe that's actually.
But anyway, so
Yeah.
she should have.
Yeah, this kind of technique is want to create aji. So if you play here, it's very simple. Because black will just respond like this, and locally you don't really get much for white. You just gain a couple of points. But black is really solidified now. It's really solid. So yeah, this kind of exchange is very cruel, and you want to avoid it. If you play here, you end up in sente because now there is one stone here that cuts the two black groups off, and black will have to spend another move to capture it. And now in this case, you can play a ladder because there's a ladder breaker, but still there's a lot of aji later. Because if, for example, well, I don't know, white will get stones here, then already black will have to really watch out.
But
Because
there wasn't a ladder breaker. There wasn't, right?
no, I think this works. If black plays here, it can capture white, but I'm not completely sure.
No.
Okay, but anyway, you must play this even if the ladder doesn't work.
Yes.
To
Okay.
create action. Yeah.
Okay, but she didn't do it, and she played here. Black played here.
Mm-hmm.
White played here.
Yeah.
Now black plays here. It's a good move, I think.
Yeah, that's quite a good move. Double hane is a technique that is
Don
very
players.
useful. Yeah. Don players use this kind of technique a lot. In this case, well, both players are doing something in an area that they don't really want to play in because, well, white has a big opportunity to make a moyo over here, and if white can take a stone over here or build something there, that's nice. And black has the opportunity to also do something here or on the other side. But now both players are really focusing on this area, which is not very promising for them. So here you can see that, yeah, they're both making a tactical error.
Is it in direction still?
Yes, this is all about direction. Yeah, this is the completely wrong direction in this case.
Completely wrong.
Yeah, completely
Not
wrong.
wrong, but completely wrong.
Very good.
There is a difference between.
Now white defend.
Black.
Black played the famous ladder breaker. So white has to respond, of course, even a full response to a peep.
Black makes the ladder.
Yeah, now black is making. Yeah, this ladder works, but locally you're really gaining almost nothing.
Yeah, and there is no states in other direction.
Yeah, so this is you can see that even if white will, I don't know, play away, and black will take this stone, it's locally 1, 2, maybe 3 or 4 points. It gains some strength, but in this area black already didn't really want to invest anything because he can't gain much there. So this is again really the wrong direction. Even if it would just be like this, it's better to play away, to play somewhere else.
Completely wrong or wrong direction?
It's the completely wrong direction.
Completely.
Yes.
Okay, I wanted to know that.
Okay.
So, okay, but anyway, he played it.
Yes, yes.
And white did almost the move you said white played here.
Yeah, this is the right direction in this case, but it's a little bit low because, well, like I showed you, white has a lot of high stones here, a lot of influence, and if he plays low now, then his opponent can actually pressure him down. It would be really nice to have a high stone because you're building, a framework, a moyo.
When you build a framework, put your stones on the fourth line.
Yeah, most of the time that's the rule. So yeah, this is a little bit of a pity right now. It's not very wrong, but yeah, if black is able to play this, it's quite nice.
It is not completely wrong this time.
I didn't want to say that.
Okay, but black.
Yeah, black took the ko now, or well, the ladder. I mean, yeah, this is again a really slow move, and well, again it's the wrong direction because yeah, like I explained earlier, this is not really interesting, and you already invested the move here to capture the stone in the ladder. So now it's yeah, you can see that you can't afford to play another move here. It's just way too slow. So now you're behind in the game, and yeah, you just give it away. It's
Instead, I should have played a Boshi. You showed already.
yeah, I think this is quite nice. Or you just make territory on your own. Yeah. Always focus on territory with your moves. Things like this are well, they're nice because the thinking is okay that maybe white will get a ladder breaker, and that's nice for white, but this doesn't take territory on its own, so that's quite problematic. Always keep that in mind. Points are essential in Go, so yeah.
And white, play it now here. If you don't want your opponent to play there yourself.
Yeah, this would
You
actually,
always tell me.
Yeah, this would be perfect. It would be a nice move.
Okay.
But yeah, it would be perfect in relation to this one. But if you look at it together, it's kind of slow. Because
It's like you would use two moves what you could do with one move.
yeah, exactly.
Okay.
So well, you would expect her to play there, but she played somewhere else. Do you remember?
I think
Yeah.
here.
Yeah.
Okay. Yes.
Just down. Yeah.
Okay.
And what? Yeah, I think this is an easy answer for black, or not?
Yes, this is an easy answer. But first of all, I want to stress that this move is really, again, a tactical error because white spent all these moves in creating a framework. This is high, this is all high. And now she is suddenly trying to destroy the tactic of black and play low. So now if black handles this very well, he will destroy white's plan and this stone will look a little bit silly. So maybe at this point, black could still play here. And yeah, it's actually
White has no follow-up.
yeah, no real nice follow-up, and it's not in relation to the original plan. So yeah, that's kind of weird.
But how to play if you're like me and you never have a plan?
Well, you always have a plan, even when you don't know what your plan will be. When you're playing the game, you will.
He invents it very.
Yes, always have a plan.
No, but
I think
actually,
that
just
very
change
good. Just be willing to change it every move.
No, but actually, it does work like that. I mean, I can speak from experience that personally, when I start a game, usually I don't have the whole mentality of what I'm going to do. Am I going for Moyo? Am I going for territory? I more or less invent it along the way. So, yeah, you have to keep playing according to the moves that you do. So if you go for Moyo, like in this case, you have all these stones that show that you want to go for influence, then it's very strange to suddenly go play a move on the third line. So yeah, that's just very important. Yeah, so
Okay,
like
so-
you said, this is correct.
What is then the good move for white instead of that move?
Well, I think just here is good. Do you all agree with me? Or
Please say no. Please say no.
What if white had
It
played on the
looks
fourth line?
on the fourth line?
Yeah, in the previous move, where you said you don't need the second move for white.
Ah, here, yeah.
Yeah, what is then a good move for white?
Yeah, that's a good question. It's kind of vague now because white has a huge moil. So
In the middle?
Maybe reducing.
Tengen? Well,
No,
first
15-5.
15-5 here.
There. Maybe something like that.
Well, it's a nice idea, but I think it's a bit too vague because such a move is usually applied when indeed you want to reduce a framework. So if black has a huge framework over here and he wants to develop that, maybe it's nice to, well, let me just show you. This is a kind of example. If black already has a stone here, then maybe these kind of moves are interesting. But in this case, you might think that
White is already.
yeah, you might think that this works together very well, but now you're trying to build something on a huge scale. So now you say, okay, this whole center is mine, but it's very vague. So even if black will just go in, it will be very easy to destroy his plan. So this is also something that I said in the other reviews. When you are very big, you want to play small. So now this is a bit too big. You want to avoid that. So maybe you want to play a little bit of a smaller move. So like somebody suggested, Tengen is already a better approach because it's on a smaller scale. But yeah, it's difficult to find a really good move now. Yeah, this looks a little bit more natural maybe.
This.
And why does it look
Yeah.
more natural?
It doesn't have a very good name.
This looks more natural. It's a good question. Well, locally, if you play here, it aspires to, first of all, take this, and second of all, to somehow do something on this side, right? If you play here, it's more that you only focus on this. So if you play here, this space here is bigger. So it's easier for black to later invade here and destroy the territory. If you, on top of that, if you play here, this also doesn't really help very well in this area. If this would significantly help here, then it would be nice. But it doesn't do either of the two. So then maybe you just want to be sure that you take this very clearly.
Yeah.
And
What are you gonna do, Mr.
Just leave this
Now-
how it is.
Yeah, but if it's there, you suggest this.
Yes.
If it's here, you suggest much further.
Yes.
And I don't understand, because
Okay.
this looks not very ambitious.
Mm-hmm.
Why don't you then, I don't know, somewhere here or, you
Yeah.
know, it looks a bit,
Okay.
you know.
Yeah, maybe I can explain. Well, if it would be black's turn at this point, you would really like to play here. So the first thing that you can think is that if my opponent wants to play there, then maybe I want to play there myself. That's already the first clue. Then if white will play a really big move like this, or well here, it's the same principle because black can still play here. Do you understand what I mean?
Yeah. But it's just,
No, Roel, you had your 5 seconds again.
It's just that at this point, this is all very vague still. So it's very big, and if you play a really big move again, then yeah, you're going against the principles. First you have to play small, and then a big move. First solidify yourself, and then you can take territory. Don't try to take something that you can never really grasp. That's,
I would always then not do the one jump.
Roel,
But
no,
the two
Roel,
jump.
we discussed one of your games. We had some discussions.
But this is actually, well, it's also a nice idea. It's not wrong.
This happens, huh?
Yes, that happens. So, well, instead of playing from this side, which would be playing from your own strength, that's not good. Black played here. But actually, in the game, this, now this whole wall with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 stones feels kind of useless. So maybe in this situation, you might actually want to go against the principle and do something like this. If white will play here now, he's quite he's pressured, and then maybe you can build something on your own and try to attack. It's just just an idea, but
Because this is also a wall.
yes, this is also strong, and this is waiting for these two stones. So yeah, this puts perfect pressure on white because here you can see that there's one space left, and here as well. So
I considered this, but I thought all the space at Harry's right elbow is neutral, is nothing. So
Yeah,
that's
I thought
correct.
it's
But
simply
this
too
is
small.
what's interesting. Not this, but this.
Yeah, I see, but it's too small.
it's just that at this point of the game, it's very difficult for black to find a good move. So if he will play here, he just takes territory. But I don't know. This feels kind
But
of
he
weird.
has center now.
He does have center, yes. So maybe he could use that stone to attack this and neutralize the Moyo at the same time.
Okay.
Maybe he could do
But
that.
I'm very sorry, Murugandi and audience, but we've spent already too much time,
Okay.
and I'm paid by the second. So,
Well,
Hans, could you come forward, please? I would like to thank you very much for giving us this game. And did you win?
No, I lost.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, and this is already the beginning of what happened in the game.
What was the essential why you lost? What happened?
I underestimated this area. I thought from the beginning it's in fact too small, and she is, what's the expression? Putting all your eggs in one basket. So I thought I could neutralize everything else. So this would be too small. I had a kind of simple reasoning, like 3 corners and some area in the center. But she played it very well. She won with 20 points. In the end.
Anyway,
Yeah.
thank you very much. Thank you, audience, for watching. And see you. Thank you, Murugandi.
Thank you.